Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are in the Isyaslav. I apologize. But Tier 3 Russian destroyer. Now these destroyers are on early access obviously, so if you get some crates you can potentially get them, and I have managed to get both the Tier 3 and Tier 4 so far. So with that being said, let's jump into the commander breakdown. Now, this is Anton Gurin, and this is not necessarily the best possible, like, I haven't tried to nickel and dime everything yet, so just a heads up. We have Stabber, we have Eric Bay and Jerzy Swirsky as our two inspirations for the concealment. Now we have Quick Fix, we have Look at Me Now, we have Glass Cannon, and we have Sidestep. I have not got him legendary yet because I haven't gotten any of his, and I don't use my universal commendations for the first tier because that's craziness. Why would you do that? So we do not have any legendary perks at the moment. Now that being said, I will be real honest. I completely forgot to put equipment on this ship. We can only get one piece of equipment, but I completely forgot to use it in this battle. So as you can see, I'm one battle in, and I've almost got to the first upgrade. So it's going to be a good one, guys. First of all, I don't have anything in here. This is all just stock. So 8,930 hit points. We have 102mm guns, and we have 5 of them. They have a firing range of 9.1 kilometers and a reload time of 5 seconds, so not bad. The turret traverse is pretty horrendous for a destroyer, if I'm honest. They're pretty slow. Torpedoes are not great, but they are relatively quick for the low tiers. 51 knots, I think, is pretty quick for the low tiers, but they're not quick overall. They only have a 4-kilometer range, so they are suicide torpedoes. They are defense only, or, like I said, suicide torpedoes. If you want to get up in there and throw them, you'll see what I mean in a moment. Now, maneuverability, 35 knots is respectable at low tiers. It'll hopefully go higher than that as we get into the things, because so far that's not that fast for a destroyer. That's cruiser-esque. 580-meter turning radius, not too shabby. I think it's pretty bad for a destroyer, but as far as like the actual turning radius isn't that bad. You can dodge pretty much most of the stuff that you need to dodge. Rudder shift time 4.2 seconds is pretty decent. Concealment with all of our perks and everything down to 5.6 kilometers. So that comes in handy when you only have 4-kilometer torps. Detectability by air, 3 kilometers. Guaranteed detection is 2 kilometers as always. And detectability while firing in smoke is 2 kilometers, which is pretty good. But that's destroyer. Now, it's a sure shot, which means shells with good ballistic trajectory maintain velocity, making aiming easier. In other words, it's easier to hit targets at longer distance. And short range is the torpedo range is really bad. Now, it was developed from the legendary Novik class destroyers. Isyaslav was, I swear that's going to be the death of me, was one of the largest and most powerful destroyers in the Russian Navy. Compared with her predecessors, she was armed with more powerful artillery. Isyaslav was surpassed in torpedo caliber by foreign-built destroyers of her time, which was partly compensated by the number of torpedoes that could be launched in a broadside salvo. And there were 5 of these built starting in 1917. She was in service. Now, she does have a lot of torpedoes. Now, I think we forgot to mention how many we get. We get 9. You get 3 launchers with 3 torps each. They're only 450 millimeters. And, like I said, they only have a 4-kilometer range. But you're going to see me take and make use of these as best I can in the video. So, without further ado, let's get down to the gameplay. Alrighty, so what are my first thoughts of the Isyaslav? Well, honestly, it's not that good of a ship. However, it's a Tier 3, which means you can get away with bad ships at Tier 3 because everybody around you has no idea what they're doing. Maybe you're one of them. So, I don't know. It's just one of those ships that's not very good on its own, but for whatever reason fits me pretty well because I like being super aggressive in a destroyer. And you're going to see me be super aggressive in this match and just absolutely clean everybody's clock. So hopefully you're ready. Let's take the Isyaslav out and get into some trouble, shall we? Now, first things first, we don't get to play this map very often because I don't play low tiers. So, the good thing about this map and the Russian destroyers is, Russian destroyers, or at least early on, seem to be really, really good ambush ships. They're not great on their own out in the open, but if you can get people trapped behind islands where you can just pop out and nuke them, then you are in business. So, that's the game plan. As you can see, we've got a nice juicy battleship out here. I'm assuming, because there are 3 destroyers, that we're going to run into some destroyers. And, oh, hello, Bogatyr. How you doing? We're just going to head this way. Don't mind us. The concealment of this thing isn't the greatest, but isn't terrible at the same time. And you're going to see pretty quickly here. Hello, Svetlana. You, please don't. Just don't mind us. Whatever you do, just don't come over here. We'll be okay. I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone, and as long as I don't run into, hello, an Isyaslav. That's not preferable, but it is a thing. Now, you get 3 torpedo tubes that have 3 each, so you get 9 torpedoes. However, they have no range whatsoever, which is a theme for the Russian destroyers. However, also a theme for the Russian destroyers is you have guns, and they are pretty decent. As you can see, he completely misses us with the first one, but I don't even know if he was aiming at us. He seemed to have hit the cruiser, and the cruiser now seems to want to go in front of us, so we're just going to slow down and let him pass because, honestly, yeah, it just seems like a bad play. And, imagine that. He wants to pass, and he would have shoved us right into those torps if we had pushed out. So, not preferable. And then we take rounds from a bad guy because he goes by us and they shoot at him. Now this time, we're just going to pop out. We see the Kaiser. We're just going to go ahead and throw all the torps right into the Kaiser's face. From this range, it's going to be hard to miss him, right? It's a battleship. However, this freaking destroyer keeps playing around and he's getting away. We can't allow him to get away. And as you see, first salvo of torpedoes away on a battleship, and first kill on a battleship. Not bad. I say first salvo of torpedoes. Now, that I was meaning first salvo that I aimed at a battleship. Killed them. Not that it was my first salvo, because obviously we launched against the destroyer. But it's okay, because there's another Kaiser. And, you know, he hasn't learned his lesson. We have done nothing different to what we are doing here. Now, the enemy is capturing our base, which is not preferable. Apparently, one of them snuck around us, which is, again, not preferable, but it happens. We have plenty of people back that should be able to defend one crew or one destroyer, right? So we're going to keep pushing. Try to find this other destroyer so that we can get them off the map. And I say that as we lose our cruiser that was in the match, or in the circle. However, we still have another cruiser and a battleship right there with, it appears to be a destroyer. Hello, Isyaslav. How you doing? I owe you for earlier getting me almost killed. So, we're going to just try to take, oh my god, hit him. Hit him, preferably before you get out in front of the battleship. Get him off the board. That was a better salvo. Come on, Spartan, finish him off. Oh my god! Oh my god! That was epic. And now we get to do the one thing that everybody wishes they get to do in a destroyer versus a battleship. And that is just launch all of the torpedoes right in front of a battleship who can do nothing about it. And then you use the smoke to disappear so that he can't actually shoot you. And he catches all of the torps and down he goes. Taking us up to 56,000 damage in a tier 3 destroyer that has 4-kilometer torp range. Yeah, just slightly having fun in this thing at this point. 3 kills, too. Can we go for the Kraken? Unfortunately, they just lost another ship. They still have 2 destroyers out there and a cruiser. And unfortunately, everybody is so far away from us at this point that I just don't think we're going to quite catch them. Which gives me plenty of time to talk to you guys about some of the things that are going on right now. First of all, the coronavirus is a thing. Maybe you've heard of it. I'm sure at this point everybody in the world has at least heard the name coronavirus. And I'm not one to just like jump on here and talk about like current events in the world too much, because honestly most people just watch YouTube to get away from that sort of stuff. But I just want you guys to know that the coronavirus has not got me yet. And until it does, I feel that I am going to be here making videos for you guys. So yeah, just, you know, in case you didn't know. Hello, Svetlana. Now, I said if you left me alone, I'd leave you alone. Well, unfortunately for you, I've run out of people to leave alone. So it's time. Now, he's about to give me a good broadside, and I'm like, okay, armor piercing. At this range, it should be no bueno, or no problem. However, he doesn't give me the flat broadside. He stays kind of angled, and that was less than ideal. 360 damage. This one's going to be even less, I believe. Yeah, 180, so another 360. We fire one more, and we've got a high explosive. So, yeah. We get our 4th kill. Unfortunately, unable to get the Kraken. But still, not bad for a tier 3 destroyer that has 4-kilometer torp range, right, guys? 59,000 damage, 4 kills, top of the leaderboard, 1,400 base XP. Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.